before we get started, here's a little bit about me. I started writing on Medium in May 2020. Seriously, on Medium. Before that, I used to just write on Medium. I used to write random stories, and I made like maybe $3 or $4 in a month. It was really bad. But after May, I started, becoming more active on the platform, and I started writing some different kind of stories from the ones that I used to write previously. I'll share it with you what mistakes I made and how this journey changed me. And because of that, currently I have like 8 top writer tags, and I have like 3.8K people following me on Medium. And I get like about 60,000 views monthly. And I was also the featured writer on books and relationships and several topics. And this is like a huge deal because most of the audience on Medium is comprised of native speakers. Either they are from the US or they are from Europe. So it's a very as a non-native speaker, this is like a huge deal for me, and I thought I would share it with you people how and why I did it and how it was possible for me. So, if you people, as non-native speakers, if you people have faced any challenges, and you can just leave them in the chat, we can have a great discussion like what kind of mistakes most people make while writing for a mostly largely American audience. So I will share one mistake, big mistake that I made. And initially, one of the biggest mistake that I was making on Medium was that I was only writing about topics that everyone else was writing about. Because I just checked the Medium homepage and I saw that topics about self-improvement and personal development, they were doing really great on Medium. And I thought maybe I should also write about those same topics, but I never really got any views. I got like maybe 60, 50, something like that views, even less than 100. And it was really demotivating. But then my first big story that made about $30, it was a story about my journey as a self-published author in India and what were the things I learned after self-publishing my first book. So that was very specific to India. It wasn't something that didn't have a worldwide appeal because most of the challenges and the solutions were about the Indian book market, Indian reader market. And that story really did well, which got me thinking that maybe not being from America, not being from the US is not a challenge, it's not a hurdle. Maybe it's my superpower, maybe it's my strength because that's what makes me unique, right? So after that, like I said, the solution, play to your strengths. Do not think that not being a native speaker is your challenge. Rather, it's like your superpower because it gives you that unique identity that nobody else can really know how life is like from your point of view. And then I started writing stories about my life in India, about the challenges that I people are saying the voice is muted. I hope it's audible now. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know how it happened. There were some issues. So, okay, I'll just quickly remind what I said till now. I was saying that once I started writing stories that were specific to my identity, those stories really did well. And this story that was published in a medium-owned publication, Zora, This story is about my struggle as a person from the northeastern part of India. Like, I am from Assam, and the people from Assam and the northeastern part, they are looked down upon from by the rest of the Indians. People call us a lot of racist names. They say that we are not Indians, that we don't belong to this country, we are outsiders. And this story was about that experience. And very few people outside of India would be able to relate to that. Initially, I was just thinking, why should I write this story? Why would even people want to read about it? People who are not from India. But apparently, that was not correct, because this is one of my highest earning stories. It was also featured by the medium editors. And that was really great, because I never had a story featured before. This was my first and only story that was featured. And it was very specific to India. So that's what I'm saying, right? I am not from the US. I'm not a native speaker, but this is not my hurdle. Rather, this is my superpower. And you can also do that, because as a non-native speaker, there will be some issues that only you will be able to relate to, and only you will be able to write about them. So use this as your strength. Write about stuff that only you can say, that are very unique to your point of view, and it would make for a great article. I'm sure the audience would really appreciate it, because most people on Medium are quite open to story point of view. So apart from that, another mistake I made was I didn't analyze what kind of content works on the platform. Because before Medium, I used to write on Quora and other platforms where the stories were told in a very linear fashion. It was just like, state the facts and that's all. Write your personal element, that's all. But in Medium, the kind of content that really works is that usually the stories, they start with a really personal element, a personal story, and then there are some really actionable tips on how the reader can solve those issues. Suppose you're writing about any problem and then you state a solution. It's not like you're just stating a random solution. You have to give some value, you have to give some actionable tips that the reader can directly follow. And apart from that, you can't just state facts. You have to give some research. You have to cite some research that is backing whatever you're saying. So these things I did not know before writing on Medium. I used to just write something that looks like a diary entry, that, today this happened and I felt really bad. I wish this didn't happen, blah, 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 blah. So that kind of content doesn't work on Medium. And how you can find it out, how you can find out what content works on Medium is, obviously you have to read a lot. Read a lot of stories that work, that are by people who you admire. Then you can see the structure, that the way they are writing, and then you can maybe reverse engineer them and apply those tips to your own story. Apart from that, the biggest thing you can do is you can practice in public. So initially, I was very nervous about writing on Medium, especially stories that were about my identity as an Indian. And I was thinking, why would people want to read? Let me just wait until I have the perfect story, and then I will write on Medium. But that doesn't work, because if I wait for the perfect story, I'll just never have it. I'll never write it. I'll just keep waiting, because there is no such thing as perfection, right? Especially as writers, you'll never be satisfied with your work. And this is why I call it practicing in public, because whenever you write a new story and hit that publish button, essentially you are practicing, and everyone else can read that story. And whenever people read your story, they can leave some comments and you can learn from the comments. And this brings us to the next topic. Next way which you can make it work is, you can use your data to write the next stories. Like, once you publish say 5 or 10 stories, you can look at your stats and you can analyze what kind of content is working, what kind of topic, which publication is on you're writing on, which are having great views. So based on your data, you can write the next stories. For example, when I first started writing on Medium, whenever, whenever I wrote about books, such stories did really well. And so I analyzed the data and I decided that maybe I should write more about books. and maybe I should write more about problems that are specific to me as an Indian woman. So that's what I did. I used my data and I only wrote those kind of stories that were getting a lot of views, because it means that I was writing what the audience wants to read, not what I want to write as a writer. And I think that's a very important thing that every writer should do, that you should write keeping your audience in mind, and you shouldn't just write what you think is going to hold their attention. So that is what I mean by use your data to write the next stories. Apart from that, another big mistake that I was making was that I was, because English is not my first language, it's my third language. I was thinking in my native language, and I was just translating that text to English. But obviously, the grammar and the structure of my language, my native language is Assamese. It's a language, Indian language. It's Assamese because I am from Assam. So if you translate Assamese directly to English, it's terrible. The tense and grammar is all wrong. And this was a big mistake I was doing. The stories read very bad. So the solution that I found to this problem was that outline before you write. Before you just write a story, it's better if you make a complete outline, like the introduction, then the whatever problem you're addressing, then what is the solution, and why that solution is the best for this particular problem. So based on this out, if you have the outline ready, then you can think clearly and then you can write them down clearly. And apart from that, edit, obviously edit a lot, especially if you are like me and if you translate in your head from your native language to English, you need to edit like 5, 6, 7, 8 times, probably even more. And you also need to get a second, third, fourth, maybe nth opinion, because sometimes as a writer you might be blind to your own mistakes, but if you ask someone else to read your story for you, they will give you something, some different perspective that you didn't know before you started writing that story. So if you don't know how you can get people to edit your story, you can just read on Medium and you can see somebody who is doing really well. Like, say if you have like somebody who has been writing consistently on the platform, somebody who has a decent following, somebody who has a decent skill in presentation and writing, you can just leave them a message, a private note that, hi, I really want to connect with you. So would you be interested in editing stories for each other? Start a group where you edit a story for them and they edit a story for you. So whenever you get a second, third, fourth opinion, your story becomes even better. Like my example is that when I was writing on Medium initially, another writer, her name is Itzi. You might know her, Itzi Lopez. She's quite famous on Medium. So she just sent me a message that I would like to edit your story if you edit mine. And I was like, of course, why would I say no to that? And then Itzi and I started editing our stories. Then a few other writers came in. Like currently we have John Hawkins and Jordan Gross, Eva Kaffenheim, Siramas. All these people are in my group and we edit each other's stories. And this only happened because I and Itzi, we just went to their profiles and left a message that, would you be interested in joining our group? You can form your own group and you can edit other people's stories and they can edit yours, and you can become a much better writer in this process. And I remember this quote by Michael Thompson, who is one of the most followed writers on Medium. Michael Thompson often says that for every story he writes, he edits at least one story. So, when you edit other people's work, you also get to learn how not to write a story, what mistakes not to make. So you learn a lot. There is nothing to lose whenever you edit. Of course, it takes a lot of work, but success always takes work, right? So this is a book recommendation that really, really helped me. It's called On Writing Well by William Zinsner. So it's a really old book. I think it was written 30 or 40 years back. But the things that are there in the book really helped me improve my writing a lot. Apart from that, Grammarly is a great app that can correct those small, minute grammar mistakes that we make, and especially as non-native speakers, we make a lot of mistakes. I especially make a lot of mistakes. Like I didn't know that realize was spelled as Realize in American English. I used to write it as Realize in British English, and then I used to write a mix of British and American English, which is very embarrassing if I look back now. But Grammarly helped me recognize that. And there are several other mistakes that I learned, I corrected only after Grammarly suggested those suggestions. So it's a free version. It has a free version and also a paid version. So you can just try out with the free version, and then you can, if it helps you, you can move on to the next version. And this book on writing well, it's a very old book, so it's available for free on Project Gutenberg and also on some other websites. So you can just download it and start reading. But there is this masterclass by Neil Gaiman, which helped me a lot in improving my structure. And it's called The Art of Storytelling. It's available on Masterclass. You can search on the website. It's a great resource. This is not free, it's paid. But if you take my word, it helps a lot. Obviously, this is not a sponsored promotion, but it helped me a lot. So I thought I would share it with you because it's really useful. So here are some really quick tips for success on Medium, tips that I discovered in my journey and I believe would help you people also. So the first thing is you need to really work on your headlines, because if your headline is bad, even if your article is great, nobody is going to read the article, right? Because your headline can make or break your article. And based on my experience, your headline should be very clear about what issues your article addresses. What is the key pain point that you are addressing in the article? What is the key issue? Then it should also address what solution you are offering in the article and why you are the right person to write about this issue. Say, for example, one of my articles that really did well was this, like, things I learned after self publishing my first book. So in that headline, everything is clear, right? I am addressing the issue of self publishing your first book, and I'm offering a solution because and I am the right person to write about it, because it's very clear that I was the one who wrote the book, and these were the things that I learned after writing the book. So that headline that did really well. It was one of my first big earners on Medium. So these things are really important about your headline. The next is utilize your superpower. Like I was saying, as a non-native speaker, as someone from India, not being from a English speaking country is not a challenge. It's my superpower, because it gives me this really unique identity, and my experiences and my point of view is really unique, and people actually love reading a different perspective. So yeah, don't shy away from writing stories that are specific from your region or specific for your identity. Write about them, make play to your strengths. And another one very important is don't go for generic publications that publish each and every topic under the sun. But if your topic is in a niche, write in that niche, write in a publication that publishes content in that niche. I have seen that the most, I only, currently, I only have one story that made more than $500, and it was published in a publication that only had 2000 followers. So the follower count doesn't matter. If the niche, if the audience of the publication is very specific to your niche, then you should only stick to that. And I always said it's better to avoid generic publications, stick to the ones that are really targeted, because being specific always helps. Apart from that, this is something that I keep repeating a lot. Quantity leads to quality. If you keep writing a lot, and if you keep analyzing your data, and if you keep trying to understand what kind of topics and what kind of publications work for you, then your quality will automatically increase because you will know how to write for the audience. You will know what topics to write about. You will know what kind of publications to pitch your story to. So if you're just sitting at home and thinking, I'll only write after I write the perfect story, then it's never going to happen. You won't ever learn what works. You can only learn that if you write a lot, if you publish a lot, and if you analyze your data to see what kind of stuff works on Medium. And also, the most important thing is Medium. If you are writing on Medium, if you want to make it big on Medium, you have to play the long term game. Maybe your first 10 stories or maybe your first 100 stories won't make money, but you shouldn't get demotivated, because if you keep writing, you will get better. Like I said, quantity leads to quality. You will get better, and your stories will start making more money after that. So you should remember that you are in it for the long term. A few failed stories shouldn't let you get demotivated, because you can't expect to write one story and earn $1,000 from it. Probably you're going to earn zero from your first 10 or 100 stories. So, can you not hear my topic? Shreya is saying, can you hear it? Okay, thank you for clarifying. So, I would like to say that I recently started a course for it's for every new writer on Medium, where I will help you earn your first $100, because I have learned all these tricks from my experience on Medium, and I would definitely like to help you people out. And in this course, I'll teach some steps on how you can get started and how you can pitch to major publications on Medium, and what are some tricks, what are some formatting guidelines that will help you write compelling articles that are read by hundreds of people. And of course, you can write on whatever topics you choose. The topic is up to your discretion, but the formatting and structure, it depends on the rules of Medium. That is what I'll discuss. And it will also help you grow to a stable and sustainable income on Medium, and it will save you the time and effort, because obviously these are some strategies that I learned on my own. You can also definitely learn that, but it took me 2 years. It took me 2 years to learn all these strategies, because I started writing on Medium in 2018, but I started making money in May 2020. That's 2 years. So it can save you the time and effort, and what I learned in 2 years, you can learn in 3 months or maybe even less than that. So that is how I'm going to help you make your first $100 on Medium. And it has 6 modules, basics of the platform, where we'll just discuss the how you can design your profile, what kind of stories to write, what kind of profile picture you can share, what CTA to add in the bio, all those very basic things. Then we will talk about how you can make success a habit. So this making success a habit, it will discuss how you can develop a writing habit and how you can generate ideas, because many people think that it's very exhausting to write 30 articles in a month. How will you even get so many ideas? But module will discuss how you can set targets, how you can get ideas, and how you can keep writing to that. The next module is about the anatomy of a successful Medium story, where we'll discuss about headlines, section headers, formatting, and how you can use the right language and grammar, and the secrets of curation. Then the next one is about publications, how to pitch to a publication, how to pitch to publications that pay you for your writing, how to pitch to publications that are in your niche and how to find them, and all the things that you need to know about a publication. And the next module is about how exponential growth, how you can become a top writer, how you can get more internal views, how you can analyze your stats for optimum growth. And the last module discusses what you can do as a writer beyond the Medium Partner Program, how you can write for the reader, how you can write a commissioned article, how you can, write your first viral article. And also it will discuss some case studies from my previous students and all the people that I have seen in my journey, and how you can reverse engineer those case studies to write your own success story. So yeah, that is all about this topic, and you can connect with me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or my own website and my email list. I would love to stay in touch with you. So Neha is asking how you can join Medium Partner Program from India. So I use this turnaround, this workaround, where I made a profile on Payoneer, and then I linked the Payoneer to my Stripe, and that is how I'm making money. Like Payoneer gives you a virtual US account, a virtual account in an US bank, and you can use that details on Stripe, and then you can receive money in your Indian bank account. So I have actually made a YouTube video discussing this. I will see if it's possible to share this one on uh, the chat. So yeah, this I have just shared it in the chat. So yeah, I have also made a series of videos on YouTube where where I have, discussed medium tips and tricks. And okay, so Jairam is asking, are there any topics which will only be curated, or are all topics okay? So I am there. I think there are several topics that can be curated, because I have been curated in topics like social media and LGBTQ and books and parenting. So I think there are a lot of topics, but I have made a list of topics where you can become a top writer. So maybe you can use these tags. I will again share this in the chat. Uh, so this topic, this document, it discusses the topics where you can become a top writer, and there are over 70 topics. So you can just use these topics, and definitely you will get curated. These topics definitely get curated. So, okay, Jairam is saying, I don't think Payoneer works. I am not sure about that actually. Like, that is what I did. I use Payoneer, but I'm not sure currently what's the scene. Okay, so I really don't know. Apart from Payoneer, I don't know, because that's what I have been doing so far. But I don't know how you can join it if not from Payoneer. I'm really sorry about that. So yeah, this is my talk. I don't know about TransferWise, but I have heard a few of my friends try it, and apparently it works. So maybe you can try TransferWise. Maybe it's a great platform where you can earn money from countries like India. So yeah, you can connect with me on these channels. I would love to answer more questions, whatever questions you have. And this is like, currently, like, this is my time, and I thank you, all of you, so much for watching this with me. Please feel free to reach out over social media, and I would love to answer your questions, and I would love to discuss it with you. Okay, so Mary M is asking me, how much is your course? So I have these different packages where the price is discussed. I will just share this link with you. So according to these different packages, you can choose the package that works for you, because some packages are only videos, some packages have call sessions, coaching sessions, some packages have editing sessions. So based on that, you can discuss, you can choose which a package works for you. I have just shared that link in the chat. So Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. I'm so happy that you people joined. I hope to see you again soon.